Welcome to the Marin Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to type questions to our presenters. Your microphone and camera are off, so our panelists will not be able to see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This session is going to be recorded and will be available within about a week of this recording, and will be available where you registered. With that, I will turn it over to our first presenter, and tonight that is Central Washington University.
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Dee Orr, and I'm a senior admissions counselor with Central Washington University. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about us, and I'm going to start with our location. Okay, there we go. So Central Washington University is located right in the heart of the state. We're located in Ellensburg, Washington. So for those of you who haven't been to Washington before, we're about an hour and a half east of Seattle and about 4 hours north of Portland, Oregon. We sit right on the other side of the Cascade Mountain Range. And so for those of you who haven't been to Central Washington before, we actually get a lot of sunshine. We get about 300 days of sunshine. So if you're someone who likes to spend a lot of time doing outdoor activities, we have a lot of students who like to go backpacking and camping on the weekends. We're about a 45-minute drive away from Snoqualmie Pass, which is a great spot for students to ski and to snowboard and into snowshoe. So a lot of really fun activities around us. And Ellensburg itself is a really cute small college town. Lots of really fun things to do on the weekends and activities that happen throughout the year. It's a pretty walkable city, and Central Washington is located right downtown Ellensburg. So it's really easy to walk around. If you have a bicycle, students like to bring their bikes with them. We also have a free bus system in the area, so it's really easy for you to get around the Ellensburg area. A little bit about our size. So we're considered a medium-sized institution. So there's about 12,000 students that attend Central. So during your time there, you would be having some of those larger lectures, but most of your time will be in those smaller classes. You can see that our average class size is about 25. So you'll really have the opportunity to still meet lots of new friends and new people, but really connect with your faculty, with your professors, and really dive deep into those discussions and conversations with your peers in your classes. You can see we have a little over 135 majors and programs for you to look into. Some of our top majors at Central include business. We have an internationally recognized business program. So if you're looking to get into business, we have many specializations within business. Education is also really strong. We started off as a teaching college. So if you're thinking about becoming an educator, becoming a teacher, we have many teaching programs, including secondary education, elementary education, music education, so lots of different things to study. We do also have a pretty robust music program. It's one of the largest in the Pacific Northwest. And if you're thinking about getting into the sciences, we have those, geology, biology, chemistry, and then we also have a lot of, we have pre-engineering, engineering technology as well. So mechanical, industrial, and electronic engineering technology. So these are just some of our top majors that we offer. You can see on the top there some of our more unique majors that we have that you might not find at other institutions, including aviation management. We have a really great paramedicine program. So if you're thinking about becoming an EMT, we can actually get you certified and right into that job field once you get done. We have almost 100% job placement program within our construction management program. We also offer sports management, apparel, textiles, and merchandising. So lots of different things for you to look into at Central. A little bit about the application process to CWU. So for anyone out there who is a senior right now, we are currently accepting applications for the fall of 2021 quarter. And in order to be considered, you're just going to want to fill out the online application, submit the $60 application fee. There are also ways to get that fee waived. You're going to want to send over your official high school transcripts. We are test optional, so you can include an SAT or an ACT test score with your application, but that's not required in order to be considered. And if you have a 3.0 or higher GPA and you have all of your high school classes met, which is that bottom gray box there, then you're guaranteed admission, which is pretty exciting. And if you have below 3.0 GPA, then we might ask you to include a personal statement about yourself. Our applications are open, as I said, and March 1st is going to be the priority deadline for those applications. A little bit about paying for college. So Central Washington University is a WUI institution. So that means that if you apply by March 1st and commit to us by June 1st, then you're guaranteed WUI. And you can see there I've included some of the different WUI price tags. That $22,000 is for our non-resident tuition. However, with that WUI tuition, it turns into about $12,000 for the year. So you can see you're saving a little over $10,000 every year you're at Central. It is open to any major and there is no separate application. So you are automatically considered for it after you submit your application to Central. A little bit about sports. So we are Division II University, and you can see I've listed there the different men's and women's athletics. So if you're thinking about becoming an athlete, we definitely have all of these options for you. And we also have a ton of different clubs and organizations for you to get involved with. You can see we have over 100 different clubs, some that are more academic focused, like a Women in Aviation Club and our marketing club. We also have some other fun clubs like a rodeo club and a marching band. We also have club sports and intramural sports as well. So it's really something for everyone at Central. So whether you want to enjoy some of the different clubs that we offer or take advantage of some of the sport opportunities, lots for you to do beyond just being a student at Central. This is just a shout out for our virtual preview day that's coming up next week. It's October 28th and 29th. It's from 4 to 6. And it's a 2-day event where you can virtually get connected with different departments on campus, hear from our financial aid office, admissions office, hear from some of our current students and some of our clubs. So feel free to check out the website. I have dropped the link at the bottom there of the page, but you can definitely check out our website to get RSVP'd for that. And here's some other online experiences for you. So if you want to get in contact with myself, I'm the primary contact for students in the California area. So feel free to reach out to me. We can do a video chat or we could do a phone appointment, whatever works best for you. We also have virtual campus tours. So again, you can enjoy and see Central Washington University from the comfort of your home. And again, our fall virtual preview day coming up next week. And you can see I've also dropped my contact information at the bottom of the screen there. So feel free to take a photo of that or jot that down, and feel free to reach out to me if you have further questions. Thanks.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Western Oregon University.
Hi, everyone. So let me share my screen. And there we go. Can everyone see it? Good. So hi all, my name is Itzel Venegas Trujillo and I'm an admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. Western Oregon University is located in a small town called Monmouth, Oregon, in the heart of the Willamette Valley. We're about 20 minutes from Salem, which is the state's capital, and about 75 minutes from Portland, which is the state's cultural hub. We're a public mid-sized university. We have around 5,000 students, including graduate students, making our average classes around 19 to 22, and our student to faculty ratio about 15 to 1, so pretty small. Our admissions requirements are pretty simple. We're looking for a first-year student to have a minimum of 3.0 GPA, have completed or will complete 4 years of English, 3 years of math, including Algebra 2, 3 years of science, 3 years of social science, and 2 years of the same second language with a C- or better. We are test optional, therefore ACT, SAT scores are optional. Take note that past grades will be accepted for students who meet our requirements for this year's high school graduates. If you're thinking of transferring over after going to community college, we're looking for a transfer student to have at least a 2.25 cumulative GPA with 36 transferable quarter credits or 24 transferable semester credits. From those classes, we need a C- or better in a college level writing course and a college level math course. In order to process your application, we really actually only need one thing. It's submit our own WU online application. This year, the application fee is no longer required for both freshmen and transfer applicants. It is free to apply right now. We are also moving towards self-reporting cumulative GPAs and required courses. Therefore, there's no need to send us an official transcript at this time for admissions purposes. We are enrolling admissions, meaning we do not have a deadline to apply. However, our priority soft deadline is February 1st for scholarship purposes. Because our scholarship deadline is March 1st, which is a big deadline at our university. Please know if you do not meet our requirements, that's okay. We're willing to work with you through the process and may ask for additional documents to complete your admissions application, like a personal statement or a letter of recommendation. One of the main questions we get from students is, can I afford to go to Western Oregon? And our simple answer is yes, you can afford it. More than 78% of our students receive some form of financial aid. Along with that, we also offer a reduced out-of-state tuition rate for students from California, which is what we call the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. So for those of you who don't know, Western Oregon University is part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program, what we call the WUI. This program allows us to automatically give all students from Western states a reduced tuition rate. The tuition fees for students who reside in a WUI state is projected to be around $14,000 a year. Since WUI is based off your residency status, any and all major and minor programs are eligible for this tuition reduction. More good news, WU also allows you to stack on all your school funds with your WUI tuition rate. So you're not missing out on any money going towards college, like merit-based scholarships, financial need-based scholarships, diversity scholarships, athletic scholarships, and so much more. Please take note that all California students will receive the WUI tuition rate automatically. Now on to what to study at WU. Here at Western Oregon University, we offer several bachelor's degrees. We have the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and a Bachelor of Fine Arts. With over 50 majors and minors to choose from within our College of Education, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and Pre-Professional Studies, students are able to find their passions to achieve academic success. Notable programs include business, criminal justice, psychology, teaching education, computer science, exercise science, biology, pre-nursing, and we're one of two universities in the West Coast to offer American Sign Language and English interpreting, which is pretty cool. Another big topic is housing here at Western Oregon. We have several options of types of housing, which includes double, single, suite style, and live-learn communities. For first-year students, we do have a one-year live-in requirement. As a result, Western Oregon provides up to 4 residence halls primarily designed for first-year living experiences, with residential assistants equipped to help students through their first year here at Western Oregon, which include Ackerman Hall, Heritage Hall, Landers Hall, and Barnum Hall. Along with that, we offer a lot of opportunities to stay active, stay involved, and receive a lot of student support. Here at WU, we have NCAA Division II athletics. We offer 6 women's sports as well as 5 men's sports. We do provide partial athletic scholarships, and if you're interested, let us know and we can point you in the right direction. Along with our sports, we have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus for students to learn leadership skills and pursue their passions, right? WU students are involved in many organizations, including social action clubs, LGBTQ groups, cultural-based organizations, creative arts groups, and so much more. From that, we at Western Oregon strive to offer many services in which students can reach academic success. Need help with classwork, academic advice, or looking for career advice? We have you covered. Our academic advisors within the Student Success and Advising Center are equipped to help advise students in exploring different majors, choosing the best fit for them. We provide free academic tutoring within many areas, including computer science, math, science, writing, and so much more. We also have peer advising and coaching for any student interested in improving their leadership skills. For those students who seek career advice apart from their faculty advisor or academic advisor, you can find assistance through our Service Learning and Career Development Center. In addition to career counseling, resume and cover letter reviews, help with graduate school applications, and many other services, we support programs that give students hands-on experience like those of community internship program, on-campus jobs, and alternative break programs, even beyond graduating Western. So in a nutshell, here at WU, we pride ourselves in being inclusive, accessible, and affordable, committed to student success and their well-being. Because we're a small university, many students have the opportunity to participate in many different aspects of campus. We make it our mission to help students feel comfortable here, whether they're commuting to school, living on campus, or from out of state. Our students are encouraged to be their own individual while also helping the campus community as a whole, committed to their academics and their personal health. Here's my contact information if you'd like to contact me afterwards to talk about how WU can help you in your higher education journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Oregon State University.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight with us. We're really excited to share more about our institutions, and I am excited to share more about Beaver Nation. So my name is Delta Lee. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I'm an admissions advisor with OSU, looking to share more with you tonight. So the first question that I typically get about our institution is, what kind of university is OSU? So we are an institution that is out there. We are out there at the forefront of academic discovery, pushing the envelope across the academic fields, and believe our undergraduate students should be out there as well. So whether you are in either of our 2 campuses and any of our 200+ majors in our 11 academic colleges, we will highly encourage you and often require you to get that really crucial hands-on learning experience outside the classroom. Students are doing that in a number of different ways, including undergraduate research, internships, or just in kind of exploratory courses, such as the background of the slide here, which is a student who is visiting our Hatfield Marine Science Center, which is our coastal campus just 45 minutes away, in an introductory course about marine biology. So students are able to utilize this facility to get out in our research vessels. They're living there to do research for an entire term. And this is just one example of our 12 research experiment stations that we have across the state of Oregon. Those include over 15,000 acres of research forest, our Food Innovation Center in Portland, and many more. And the reason we're able to facilitate these experiences is because we are one of 2 universities in the United States that has all 4 federal research grant designations. Those opportunities do persist, like I said, across our majors. So just as an overview, we do have over 200 academic programs and 0 impacted majors. So that means that there are no additional admissions requirements for any of our first-year students for any of these programs. Once you're admitted to OSU, you can switch around and find your passion at our institution with our general areas of study on the right-hand side of the screen. If you're not quite sure what you want to study yet, you can come in as a university exploratory studies major, which I would definitely suggest if you're considering like 5 different majors in order to figure out what your academic passion is. Throughout this program, you're able to kind of explore those majors with additional guidance for about 4 quarters or a little bit over a year. When it comes to the popular programs that we have, the College of Engineering is very popular for us. We do have 15 accredited majors and students getting out of the classroom in some unique ways. One of those includes a club on campus called the Leadership Academy, where students are learning soft skills alongside the hard skills that they're learning in the classroom. We also have a number of pre-professional programs for students to get you prepared for your next steps after Beaver Nation. So just to kind of explain a few, our pre-med program is pretty popular with us. We have about a 60 to 70% admissions rate to med school versus the national average of 30 to 40%. And again, really great preparation to get you where you're trying to go. Our pre-vet program is also very popular with students studying animal sciences or zoology. And they have the great benefit of being on campus with our graduate level, the Carlson College of Veterinary Medicine, which is the only college of veterinary medicine in the state of Oregon. Outside of the sciences, our students are getting, out of the classroom also. So for our students in business, you're going to be in a full year course for your first year called Be Engaged, where we are tasking you to create or support a real world entrepreneurship initiative. So we have students making businesses their first year at OSU through this course. So as you can start to see, we're definitely going to get you outside the classroom. We're going to get you those super crucial experiences to get on your resume to help you be successful in the future. We also have an honors college, so I want to kind of explain that as well. Our honors college allows students to be kind of in a small private college, private community realm within the context of a larger research university. And students in honors are accommodating their experience in a senior thesis capstone project. So regardless of how you're trying to get out there or what you're trying to study, you definitely want to explore more about our programs to see how you can do that at OSU. The majority of those programs are offered on our main campus in the beautiful college town of Corvallis, Oregon. We're located about 90 minutes south of Portland, right in the heart of the beautiful Willamette Valley. That campus is considered a traditional college town, as the majority of folks there are students, faculty, and staff with the university. And I love getting to visit when I can, as we are one of the friendliest college towns in the nation. So great community, super supportive, and folks will give you a go Beavs, even if it isn't a games day. And with that number of students on campus, we do have a lot going on. So we do have over 400 clubs and organizations, with students getting introduced to those orgs during our annual tradition of Welcome Week, where we're welcoming students to campus either for their first year or for their returning years. Students are able to kind of get to meet our Greek life organizations where we have 18% of our students involved, get involved with athletics as we have club, intramural, and Division I and Pac-12 athletics, as well as getting to meet or be involved in our 7 cultural resource centers. And these are 7 distinct spaces on campus for students to celebrate and dive into their cultural identity, whatever that may be, with opportunities such as the Black Resource Center, our Cesar Chavez Center, our Women's Center, Pride Center, and more. When it comes to admissions, I want to let you know that we are a holistic review institution. So we do look at all of the materials that are going to send to us for review. Some updates for us this year include that we are test optional for all students applying for fall 2021 and beyond. So you're not required to send test scores into us for either admissions or for scholarship review. And we also have an additional section for our honors college. So if you're interested in applying to honors, make sure to answer yes on the application, and then you can submit their additional information from there. When it comes to funding your academics at OSU, we are reviewing all students from California automatically for the Western Undergraduate Exchange or the WUI Scholarship. This, like I said, will be for all majors and all students coming from California with a holistic review. We do have 2 deadlines to apply, with our early action application deadline of November 1st coming up, and you can apply on the Common App and on our own application as well. Definitely take a screenshot of this slide. We have our virtual visits website here, and our email if you have any other questions for us. If you have any other questions for me during the presentation, let me know during the Q&A. And with that, I'll leave you with the Go Beavs. Have a good night.
Thank you. Our next institution is University of Portland.
Hello, my name is Martin Williams. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at the University of Portland. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, forgive my presence, my background right now. I'm actually in Los Angeles at Cedars-Sinai Hospital visiting with a family member. So I'm gonna block my video right now so you can concentrate on that screen. So write my email address because I am not gonna be able to cover everything for everyone. I'm gonna go a lot into the more of the intangibles than I am the facts and figures. So whoops, and there goes my slideshow. All right, we are a small private Catholic liberal arts teaching university. We believe in the education of the whole individual. The holistic learning encourages that full formation of the individual and their worldviews. We want our students well-read, well-rounded, intelligent, intellectually inspired. We want them to have a sense of ethical and moral responsibility. Small school, 4,000 undergraduate students. That represents with small classroom sizes. 25 is the average, 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio. You get access, especially as a teaching university where all your courses will be taught by professors. We have 5 different colleges to choose from: arts and sciences, and then professional schools and business education, which offers a 3+1 program, getting your bachelor's and master's degree in 4 years, a nursing program, which is in fact direct entry, and a school of nursing. What sets UP apart is the advising. Every student gets an advisor right from the get-go. The advisor is there to ensure that the students are out within 4 years. We're able to cater to the individual, help students attain study abroad programs, double major, minor. But most importantly, for career preparation, being in Portland, Oregon, we give our students phenomenal professional opportunities: internship, research, field placements, clinicals. We give advising for students interested in medical school, physical therapy, law, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show slides of examples of what students are doing for internships. Advisors are there to help students gain real life experiences. When you get these experiences, you start to apply what you're learning inside the classroom into real life, applying the theoretical into the practical. The School of Business requires students to have an internship by the time they're done. That's the beauty about being in a big city, is having access to great businesses and organizations. And what's the advantage of this? Well, students not only get to see what it's like in the real world, but they get a foot in the door. We want our students employed. Your parents want you employed, because if you're not employed or you're not off to the next step, you're living at home. You're living in that childhood bedroom that you've been in for the last 18 years. We want you living your real life. And you can see as students are getting a wide variety of experiences, not only in Portland, but also outside of Portland, like Sub Pop Records in Seattle. We have students actually going throughout the world with an engineering project in Malawi. We have students going to India to do an internship. We also have research opportunities for our students. So here's an example of a professor grabbing 6 of her students to go do an undergraduate research expedition where they are doing a dig on an ancient Roman site, and they're testing out the DNA. You don't have to go overseas. As a political science major, you can go to Washington, D.C., where you not only study, do research, but you'll have an internship. These internships are real. A real popular research opportunity is called REUs, Research Education for Undergraduates, or Experience for Undergraduates. And this can help our students get into grad school. National Science Foundation, especially for our engineers, are great opportunities for the grad school opportunities. Our students go off to great grad schools where they apply what they're learning in the undergrad into a more specific discipline. You study communications at University of Portland, you go into a master's in journalism with one of the best journalism programs in the nation. Our students are gaining real life experiences, understanding what it means to be an influencer, as well as doing podcasts. Our students are getting great jobs at the New York Times, going to great grad school programs like USC, Masters in Communications. You can even apply your talent by going overseas to get a master's degree. We are one of the leading schools of our size and Fulbright winners. Our students going off to great grad schools like UCLA Law and medical schools. 14 of our applicants have scored in the top 95th percentile in the MCATs. That is phenomenal. Not only that, but 2 of those students have scored in the 100th percentile. But what's important about getting into med school is the experiences. And this is what we want to help our students do. These experiences help them get into medical schools. Kai Seeley scored 100 percentile in the MCATs. He got a full ride to Duke. Going off to Pacific Dental School. Getting a double major in physics and philosophy and going to get a master's degree. Sometimes your calling is totally outside of what you thought. For instance, a biology major getting an MFA in science and natural filmmaking. And of course, maybe you dabble in theater and you become a big star. But here's the big reason why lots of our students come to University of Portland. Portland, Oregon, green, it's a isolated campus. This is where you build community. So please write my email address. I'm happy to help if you have any questions or concerns. With that, I will turn it over to my colleagues. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Great. Our next institution is the Evergreen State College. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Cornish College of Arts.
Hi, everyone. My name is Albert Rubio, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Cornish College of the Arts. Cornish is a 4-year visual and performing arts college. We're located in Seattle, Washington. We're over 100 years old, and we are one of the only arts colleges in the country where visual and performing artists study together. This is our founder, Nellie Cornish, and Nellie and the many teaching artists who followed her believed in education through exposure to all the arts. This led to some of the greatest innovations in the arts during the early 20th century. It shaped much of how we create and appreciate work today. And it really helped to put the Pacific Northwest on the map as a thriving arts community. We want to talk about our mission a little bit. So our mission at Cornish is to provide students aspiring to become practicing artists with an educational program of the highest possible quality in an environment that nurtures creativity and intellectual curiosity while preparing them to contribute to society as artists, citizens, and innovators. Cornish realizes this mission by offering baccalaureate studies in the performing and visual arts and by serving as a focal point in the community for public presentation, artistic criticism, participation, and discussion of the arts. Our degrees are really designed to build the skills that artists need to navigate the professional landscapes of the 21st century. We educate our artists in critical thinking, creative problem solving, collaboration, and the generation of new work. Our students are focusing on traditional, interdisciplinary, and experimental art forms. Our faculty are working artists and committed mentors who maintain thriving careers in their respective fields, which really provides them with the knowledge and skill necessary to train artists of the 21st century. Our community is also dedicated to small classes, mentorship, and personalized instruction. With an average class size of 13 and a faculty to student ratio of 1:7, artists studying at Cornish get the individualized and personal instruction that they truly need. Our urban campus is also immersed within the arts and culture of Seattle, which is one of the world's epicenters for the visual and performing arts, making it an ideal city to pursue your artistic education. Seattle houses some of the country's best live music, theater, and dance companies, a popular music scene that has garnered national and international attention, about 20 live theater venues, and Pioneer Square is known as one of the country's most prominent art gallery districts. Seattle is also home to the Fifth Avenue Theater, Seattle International Film Festival, Seattle Art Museum, and the Upstream and Bumbershoot Music Festivals, to name a few. Essentially, Seattle is a thriving professional community for practicing artists, and Cornish has been at the forefront of the Seattle creative scene for more than 100 years. Our campus is located in Seattle's South Lake Union District, and it is surrounded by creative agencies, architecture and design firms, many nonprofits, and is within walking distance from prominent creative spaces for art and culture. You'll truly find Cornish alumni, faculty, and students making bold, innovative work all over town and around the globe. Students at Cornish have access to a variety of state-of-the-art creative and performance spaces, and these spaces are available for use by all majors, regardless of discipline. You'll find visual artists making art in individual and shared studios, materials labs, editing and recording suites, and more. And our performance artists are rehearsing, performing, and learning in a wide array of practice spaces, black box studios, historic concert halls, and the iconic Cornish Playhouse, which is located in Seattle Center, where the Space Needle is, and it's a complex that houses many large-scale arts and performance venues. Currently at Cornish, we train students from 38 states and 18 different countries, and many of them choose to live in the Cornish Commons, which is our state-of-the-art 20-story residence hall, which was built with artists in mind. The Commons features plenty of space and special amenities like private baths, movement studios, practice rooms, and an art studio. The 20th floor is also reserved just for residents, boasting amazing views in all directions. At Cornish, we offer Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees in animation, art, design, environmental graphics, film, illustration, object design, game arts, interior architecture, interaction design, dance, technical theater, musical theater, and a degree in acting and original works. And for music, we offer a Bachelor of Music. And for our transfer students applying with an associate's degree or equivalent, we offer a Bachelor of Arts option in art, dance, music, theater, technical theater, and film. Last year, we actually became the first art college in the country to lower our tuition by 20%. Cornish awards over $6 million in scholarships each year to 95% of our students, with all of our admitted students being automatically considered for merit scholarships that are guaranteed for 4 years. If you are interested in applying to Cornish, you can go to apply.cornish.edu/apply, or you can apply through the Common App as well. There's also a portfolio review or audition required. And priority consideration is given to students who apply for admission and financial aid by our early action deadline of December 1st. And all of those applying for scholarship consideration should apply by February 15th. After our February 15th deadline, applications will be considered on a space available basis. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. And I hope that any of the artists here will consider applying for Cornish College of the Arts this year.
Great. Our final college tonight is the Evergreen State College.
Oh. See if I can also turn on my camera. Let's see. Hi, everyone. It's really great to get a chance to talk to you, and it's lovely seeing all the other counselors' faces and our facilitator, of course, too. So my name is Michael. I am an Evergreen representative for admissions, and I work with both California and parts of Washington. So I'm just going to jump into this and start with a little tour of campus and then kind of go into some academics. So Evergreen, as you can see, is a really green campus. We really put the green in it. Let's see if my slide will actually, there we go. So to kind of give a general campus overview, we're a pretty new college. We were founded in 1967. We're one of 6 public and state institutions in Washington. We're one of 29 public liberal arts institutions in the entire United States. And again, as you can see, we're a really green campus. Out of our 1,000 acres of land, only 250 of those are really developed parts, such as campus and walkways and stuff. The rest are all natural trailheads, pathways, ways to get to the beach, which I will do a quick disclaimer. We are in the Pacific Northwest. So our beach is not a sandy white one. It is in fact usually gray, but in the spring and summer, really beautiful. Speaking of the beach, we are just a 15-minute walk away from the beach, but also a 15-minute bus ride from downtown Olympia. We're located 2 hours north of Portland, Oregon, and 2 hours south of Seattle. We also offer different bachelor programs and masters as well. So kind of jumping into campus, and I'm just going to skim over these. We have a really awesome campus in that we kind of specialize in a lot of different subjects, and there's lots of resources to get into any kind of particular curiosity or your passions. So for instance, performing arts, it's something that we have a lot of opportunities for, from TV studio, film, if you're just in performance, or media arts, 3D or 2D animation, audio engineering, so on. A cool thing that will kind of continue throughout the rest of this presentation is that Evergreen has what's called proficiencies. Basically, during certain parts of the year, you can go in and you can get help or just walk into the 3D animation studio and say, hey, I want to learn how to use this for a project in my other class. Or you can, and you can basically get tutorialized and learn how to use it, and you can have access to really high-end equipment that most undergraduates really wouldn't have access to. So it's a really cool thing in that everything you're about to see, if you're genuinely curious or you think you might be at some point in your years, you're not restricted to it just because you said, I wanted to study biotech. Arts Annex is another thing we have. We have a clay studio that you, again, can just drop in and do really awesome projects. Metalwork and woodwork. I will say in the metalwork studio, you can make a sword, although you're not supposed to. We also have drawing and painting, where we have still art and live art and figure drawing and such. We have our organic farm. Out of that, 800 or so acres that I mentioned of forest, part of that is also organic farm. So this is a program that students get to do everything from sustainable agriculture and regular agriculture, working with aquaponics and animal husbandry, to also business as well. We do a large part of farm to table, where all the produce that you see either goes onto campus into our greenery, or it goes into local distributions, and it also gets sold on campus too. So students who do the practice of organic farming both learn farming, but also business practices too. Also, we're really large on environmental sciences and sciences in general. There's a lab 1 and lab 2, and that's where you do pretty much all the cool things that make things explode or turn cool colors. Also, Evergreen really tries to acknowledge the history of the land that we're on, and so that really reflects both visually and culturally on our campus, in that we have huge Indigenous studies, including the Native Pathways program, and lots of events and parts on campus that are devoted entirely to that. What you see right there is a longhouse, which is beautiful and smells like a sauna minus the sweat because of the cedar building. And we do a lot of events throughout the year to kind of acknowledge and just celebrate different cultures. So. Kind of a quick thing, this is important, I think, for whatever college you do end up deciding to go to, is that you guys are smart, you're going to be going to colleges, and you guys can do it. And college is really easy once you have the resources. And Evergreen really tries to lean into that, and that we try and make sure that any kind of questions or struggles that you might have, that there's a resource there to help you out. Some of those are the Quasar, which is anything for science and qualitative reasoning. Writing Center is what it sounds like. If you forget how to do MLA formatting, you can go there and just get a quick help. Also language lab, where you can just do conversational French, Spanish, Chinese, Mandarin, Japanese, and German. You can just drop in with a fluent speaker during their hours and just practice chatting. We also have a lot of other services. One I should mention is First Peoples Multicultural Trans and Queer Center. Really awesome. That's these people down here. It's a really beautiful group. And if at any point you're, questioning your identity or wanting to learn more about other people's kind of, groups and cultures, then you can go there and get lots of help with just kind of exploring. Access services is also something that we're really big on, and that we want to help provide and make education accessible. So even if you don't think you're going to be using it because you don't think you have any disabilities, you may break your arm like me sophomore year and realize you can't take notes, and access services will help you out with making sure that you can get those notes or recordings or some other sort of service. We're also really big on the outdoors. So if you haven't been in the Pacific Northwest or Washington, we're really green and there's lots of places to go and lots of things to do. We're pretty close to the Olympic National Park. We have TOP, which is our student club, basically, that kind of hosts all these different activities. You can either go with them on trips, like the backpacking on mountains and stuff, and they supply everything you need and all the education. There's also things that you can just rent out. So if you want to go out on the weekend with your friends or just on your own, you can do that as well too. Food services, those are kind of explanatory. They fuel you doing your education and stuff. We have really cool things on campus, including the Flaming Eggplant, which is a student-run cafe. We have lots of different clubs. Evergreen does not have Greek life. All that funding instead goes to the club. So if you're interested in LARPing, D&D, doing a fiber arts studio club or something, you can basically set it up and start it with a lot of funding. Housing, we do suite style. So instead of having 30 people sharing one floor, you instead have usually 4 to 6 people in kind of your suite, but you'll have your own individual room, or you can double up as well. Quick thing I'd say that makes Evergreen the most unique, and you can learn a lot more about this later, is interdisciplinary studies. Rather than taking 4 different classes, you'll instead take one program that encompasses all those subjects. So rather than having to take history and study World War III, or not World War III, we haven't gone there yet, for like the 5th time since the 5th grade, you can actually study history connected to your passions, such as botany. That's pretty much everything. Whoop. That is my information. Whoops, we're gonna turn that alarm off. If you need to get a hold of me, feel free to reach out that way or ask any questions in the chat now. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And just a couple of notes here before we sign off. There will be a quick survey at the end, just 4 questions. We appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, there are more sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for more sessions, and you'll be able to find this session in about a week where you register for all those additional sessions. And with that, thank you all so much to our colleges, and thank you all for attending. Have a great night.